We will hear from the Yankees reliever momentarily. One of his victims tonight, David Wright, had a rough night at the plate, 0 for 4, John.
Well, David Wright had one of those nights that you want to forget about early on against Whitley, a fastball off the plate. He expands the strike zone again against Whitley, a changeup down and in. But once he faces Betances later on in the game, this is the pitch-by-pitch that everybody is going to want to see. First pitch fastball right by him. Little look on his face like, okay, that's pretty hard. Another one up in the zone, 96. Now what do you come back with if you're Betances? Curveball down. Now David Wright's thinking, is there going to be a fastball or a curveball? It's a curveball. It locks him up. Third strikeout already for David Wright. And you just take a look at how the legs buckle. Another strikeout for Betances there. And then David Robertson comes in later on in the 8th inning, gets a weak ground ball from David Wright. He did not have his best ball game.
And Dellin Betances certainly did and has with his curveball this season. You take a look at the high percentage of pitches he throws that are curveballs, and then the opponent average hitting just 0.65 against that spike curve we heard David Cohn talking about during the broadcast. Here was Dellin Betances meeting the media after his electric outing.
McCann just said he feels like you're getting better every time you go out there. Do you feel like that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm trying to learn from these guys as much as I can. And, you know, follow his game plan. McCann's been great back there, and, you know, the more and more I get out there, I feel like the more confidence I have in myself. And, you know, Skip is showing, you know, he's putting me in good situations, so I'm just trying to deliver as much as I can.
You get in a tough spot in the 5th, get out of the jam, get the out. Then you strike out 6 straight batters. What's going through your mind as you're going through that stretch?
I mean, I'm just trying to make pitches. You know, at that point, you know, the game is still close, so I'm just like, you know, let's get ahead. And, you know, if I could get ahead, I know I could, you know, try to put some guys away. And today was one of those days that I was able to do that. And, you know, I'm just happy we got the win.
Is outing the best you felt on the mound so far this year?
I mean, I guess result-wise, you can say that. You know, I feel like I feel good right now, so I'm just trying to keep that going. But, you know, I think result-wise, you know, I would say today was probably one of the better days.
You're a local kid. Do games like this mean a little more with you, Yankees, Mets?
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, I grew up watching this Subway Series, and, you know, they took two from us at home, and, you know, yesterday Tanaka was brilliant. And, you know, today, Chase Whitley, you know, good friend of mine, and I'm so happy for him. He was able to go out there and do what he can do. And, you know, I just try to help him out in that situation. And, you know, I was glad that we came away, you know, tied 2-2.
Well, in a night of outstanding pitching, Jack, it was Dellin Betances who shined brightest.
You know what, Ryan? Just watch a dominant pitching performance right here. He gets this out in the 5th inning. That's the hardest a Met batter is going to end up hitting the ball against him because no one else hit the ball. Murphy strikes out there on a curveball. Wright goes down on a curveball looking. We just saw that earlier. Curtis Granderson is going to follow suit. He also looks at a curveball. One thing about all these strikeouts, and Girardi referenced it, he got ahead in the count. 5 of these strikeouts that we're going to see, he had 1-2 counts, and then this last one against Tejada, another 1-2 count. So all 6 strikeouts, he got ahead. You get ahead in the count, you can bring out your best weapon. That curveball's his weapon.
Well, see, and that pitcher is Joe Girardi's weapon, and one he deployed tonight, John, at a time when usually a starter is going to be left in 4 2/3 innings. Girardi makes the move to take Whitley out. He puts in Betances, and it was really perfect timing.
Well, this all goes back to last night with Tanaka throwing the complete game shutout. Your bullpen was well rested. Betances had not been in a game for about 3 days, so Joe Girardi could go to him early on. But even when you listen to his comments after the game, he's a very, very humble kid. And when you're around him in the clubhouse, he carries himself the right way. He knows he's still learning on the job. But, Ryan, I think he's learned pretty well because that was as dominant a performance we've seen in a long time.
You know what? I communicated with Damon Oppenheimer, the Yankees vice president. He handles the draft. He's the guy who drafted or was part of the group that drafted Betances. And he said, we got this guy when he was 18 years old. People have to give players a chance to develop. Everyone wanted Betances to be doing this 3 or 4 years ago. That didn't happen. He dealt with an arm injury. But look at where he is now and look at the confidence that Girardi has in him to bring him in these high-leverage situations. Michael Kay said it during the telecast. If he could be a Mariano Rivera type of 96 when Joe Torre had the ability to get 2 or 3 innings out of a reliever, that's quite a luxury to have.
Yeah, I'd say Joe Girardi will definitely sign for that.